right now. But in regards to the Kanye West shit, his intelligence, even though a lot of people be like, he doesn't read, he doesn't do that, I really think people really shouldn't listen to what he says overall, because at the end of the day, he wants people to think he's dumb. He wants people to think he's in a certain frame of mind. But he knows our people will continue to follow him regardless of what he does. It's shown. It's evident. I think the problem is because he is getting so much money and he is making so much money, now the power that be are saying, okay, we can't get them to cancel him out themselves. So now we got to figure out a way to slow this momentum that he has. Because no matter what he does and how he does it, this fool walking around in these big ass snow boots, and there's people out here wearing them like they fashion. Them Yeezys, all that shit is ugly as fuck. And people are actually wearing this shit like this shit is cool because it has a price tag, and it's mostly our people. So when you look at that concept, every couple of years he does something outrageous, says a fake semi-apology, and then comes out with a show, comes out with something new, and all our people still out there buying it. Period, point blank. Whether I can afford it or I can't afford it, I never have and I never will buy anything easy. Period. That shit looks dumb. All that shit looks dumb. Fucking Balenciaga, those are Asics and fucking Skechers. And people are buying this shit because they're read by them. Like, I'm just not hip enough to understand the mentality of our people. You see what I'm saying? And that's where some of my frustration comes with our people. We follow the wrong trends and then we complain about the bullshit at the end of the day. And that's why we're going to continue to stay in the place that we stay within this ladder that we're trying to climb.
Why do people think that why do people consider him a genius? Because I hear people say that a lot, but I just...
Because he said it.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that he's a genius. I'm not saying that he's a genius. I'm not saying that he's the smartest person in the world. But no, in general, but you don't become a billionaire being dumb. Any way you want to put it. You don't make that kind of money being dumb. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. They say he got handlers. He got whatever the situation may be. He has entirely too much money, whether it's real, fake, whether it's whatever. On paper and in society, he has entirely too much money to be dumb. You got to look at it like that. I mean, sure, you have people, i.e. Trump, who got money passed down from his father, so forth and so on. But we all know where he came from. We all know, for the most part, how he got to where he is. And a lot of it has to do with us following and supporting the dumb shit that he does. And that's just what it boils down to.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, I just feel like every couple of years, to Sed's point, he does the same thing. It's a cycle. It's insanity, right? He goes up on this rant, he goes up on this tangent, and then and similar to what Nori was saying that pissed me off, and he was just like, whenever things don't go in people's favor, they sit and say, oh, as a black man, oh, no, I don't want to hear that bullshit. You were wrong. And when things don't go in his favor, then he remembers he's black, and then he says things that gets the black community riled up. Kanye West is right. He drops sneakers. He drops music. Oh, he's this musical genius. And then we're back on his side. We're back on the bandwagon. And then he goes ahead and he does it again. And the excuse we always give him is either, well, yeah, but he's a genius, or maybe he has health issues. And I like the quote that you shared about what that man before was saying. I agree with that 1,000%. Maybe he is a genius, or maybe, it is mental illness, but that's not an excuse, to not call him out on his bullshit. And I feel like no one ever calls him out on it. Then I think that's dangerous. And I think now, no, go ahead.
No, Alex, no, I want you to keep going. Do you mind reading her quote for the podcast listeners?
Mm-hmm. So Mandy Moore said, it's time for people to stop saying that man is a genius, or that mental illness is an excuse for his blatant anti-Semitism and anti-blackness. You can have compassion for someone's condition, but we also call them out. Words matter.
Go ahead, Alex. You can continue.
Yeah. No, but I was just saying, I think overall, my opinion on Kanye West is we're in this big uproar. He's going to semi-apologize. He's going to drop some music. He's going to halfway apologize, and we're going to be back on the bandwagon. Me personally, I don't believe that his musical genius excuses him from the foolishness that he does. Like it's tiring, it's exhausting, and I feel like Kanye still has the platform he does because we haven't, as consumers, we haven't pulled away. Like we haven't made a decision. Well, he's this. No, if you're wrong, and that's okay. But you need to stand on the side. Don't because now you're getting the backlash. Do you then want to go ahead and you want to change your stance on it? Like I don't like it.
You right,
Wouldn't
Alex.
that be some type of intelligence?
It's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that be some type of intelligence? If I know that I can do this and it's going to take my numbers up, wouldn't that show some form of intelligence? Why not?
I mean,
if it's about the dollar, if it's about the dollar for me, that's all I give a fuck about is me making these billions, getting this status.
So he's obviously doing something right to be in this realm of financial status that he's in, right? But you know what I think of when we make those excuses? We do that when I hate to make it a race thing, but when little white kids go ahead and they cut up and they're doing, oh, well, he's, he blew up the school, he did this, he that, but he's so smart, or he has these mental health issues, he has this going on. Like, no, we can't make an excuse. No, he was wrong.
It's not an excuse, though. Yes, you're right. Don't
try to take away from the foolishness. Don't bring up his geniusness and his. Don't do that. Like, he's wrong.
We're the blame, though. We're the blame.
Exactly. It's our fault, but not our fault. It's y'all fault.
Yeah, because it's subjective favoritism. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, this is somebody who said and understood slavery is a choice, right? So if you guys are saying what you're saying here now, and it goes to what Big Seb was saying, that's emotional intelligence. This guy is not dumb. So again, because I understand that Black people are enslaved in their mind by way of conditioning, I know I can do this shit and my people are still gonna fuck with me because mentally they're still fucked up.
He's a master manipulator. That's what Kanye West is.
But that's what slave owners.
The same reason we're talking about him right now is because he's a master manipulator.
That's what slave owners were too.
Like,
so when you understand that, you move accordingly. That's
I think it's genius.
Let me tell you why us minions won't really cut Kanye off 100%. Because we feel like potentially one day Kanye West might do something for us. He ain't doing shit for us. Don't nobody know. We don't know Kanye. We don't know this man. Only his family and his close friends know him. He don't give a fuck about us. All he care about is our dollar. That's it. It's all subjective. That's it. He don't care about us. But we keep everything he do. We keep feeding into that shit, making excuses for it. Just don't pay attention to it. I'm not in Kanye West tax bracket. Do y'all really think his close friends is really gonna fucking cut this man off? He worth $2 billion. You really think they're gonna cut him off?
He's worth $6 billion.
Well, whatever he's worth now. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna cut. He's not gonna lose any sleep over what the fuck we think about him. He don't give a fuck about us.
But
once we cut him off, though, once them Yeezy sales drop, once them album sales drop, once them concert tickets go from 91,000 to 5,000 seats, then he gonna smarten up. That's what has to happen.
But who's to say that you saying all this now and then fast forward 20 years from now, Kanye was fucking with the culture or the Black culture all this time in his own brilliant genius way? Would that make you feel like, damn, maybe I overshot?
Nah, you know why, Q? You know why, Q? Because I don't fucking go to sleep at night thinking about Kanye West. We ain't in the same tax bracket. I don't give a fuck about Kanye at all. You know what I'm saying? Now, I guarantee you got people or family members or close friends in your life, you didn't cut the fuck off real quick over less. You know why? Because you really do know them. You really do know them as family and friends. Because you could. I don't need nothing from for Jane Doe or John Doe. Fuck you. I see you in the grave. But somebody famous though, somebody famous that you emotionally attached to, you want to go to their concerts, you want to buy their music, you want to buy their clothes, you want to buy their shoes. You be quick not to cut them off as quick as you might cut off a family member or a friend, because potentially in your mind you're emotionally attached to this person.
But aren't you emotionally attached to your family member?
You might get close to them one day. You ain't never gonna get close to them. Never. Never. It's a fact.
But it goes back to what Hemp was speaking on, is that by way of conditioning, right? So everything that you're saying, that's conditioning, psychological conditioning.
So why keep putting energy? Why keep putting energy into this person? So who's the real dummy? Us or him? Who's crazy?
You
Us
just
or
got
him?
on Kenny Case for saying slavery wasn't a choice. That's what all this lines up to.
We're crazy at the end of the day, not him. Us. This guy's a master manipulator.
I think it boils down to
subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. We out.